Real Madrid defeated Villarreal 2-0 away in La Liga matchday 22. This performance was, for me, nothing similar to the Monaco match. I think the Monaco match, they performed really well. They looked like a whole team. They looked brand new. They looked, yeah, sure, it was Monaco. They've been recently underperforming in the league, in their league, in the French, in the Liga. So, I saw a lot of controversy with that, saying, oh, it was a bad team, doesn't matter. And for me, it does, because even with small teams, Real Madrid this season, they played poor. And that game was a bounce up. You don't see Madrid play like that at all, especially in small teams. So, that was a plus. So coming into this match, there's a lot of high hopes. They got the 2-0 win, important, embraced by Mbappe. But they just didn't really look like that. Sure, they played better than their usual matches, but it still wasn't, quote unquote, I guess, the same. Starting 11, Franco Mastuano, Mbappe, Vini. This is the lineup everyone pretty much expected. The Bellingham, Camavinga, Goulet, maybe Camavinga didn't show many, but then you have Fede, Asensio, Hoyson, Carreras, who finally starts since, I want to say, if it was the Classico final that happened a few weeks ago, and then Thibaut in goal. And I've always said it, for me, Fede is a better right back. Arda and Bellingham can't really play well together. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's really what you expect. I just still think in the midfield there's no Toni Kroos presence. Not saying Bellingham, Goulet, and Camavinga are bad players. They're not. They're just, Madrid needs that sort of role in the midfield. You need that person, and Madrid just don't really have that. Bellingham is more of a for me, he's good at dribbling, but he's more of an aggressor. He's more of an attacking player. Similar to Arda, sure, you can say he's a little more of a playmaker, more of a passer, more of the person to get the ball more up. And you have Camavinga, who's for me probably similar to Kroos out of any of those two, but he's not there to that level. And he did play really good as at left back against Monaco. And people are saying that they'd rather have him in left back, but you just smelled him on career, so it's a whole hassle there. But you still don't have that person. It's gonna be confusing next season if Nico Paz does come in. You still have a lot of players in the bench. You have Ibrahim Diaz. You have Endrick, who might come back on loan unless they extend his deal. So you have a lot of players in the bench and a lot of players that need minutes, that need to play game time. Yeah, you have a Gonzalo Garcia. You have a Denis Ceballos, and you have academy players that he's been bringing in. So you have a lot of players, a lot of depth. So yeah, that's I guess a positive. I've always said it's a positive, but sometimes when players don't play, there's tension, and that's what happened this season with a lot of the players. And this match, Madrid are only 1 point behind La Liga. Their next game is they play tomorrow against Benfica. Really important match here. I'm just gonna intertwine both things here. Starting 11s might be the same. I know Sensio's been having, I think he has something wrong with his tibia, I want to believe. I think he has a hairline fracture, and he's been playing on it for weeks now, and it's gonna take, I think he said, 8 to 9 weeks to recover, so he doesn't want to miss out. So, but he has been performing well. I think Raul Asensio has been a pretty good option in center back for Real Madrid. He had a bad stint in the Club World Cup. He got benched for a while, and now he's recently been getting minutes, been starting. Obviously, with the injury crisis Madrid always have in their back line. But for me, he's done his job, and he's done well. So I'm happy for Raul Asensio. And this Benfica match, Madrid need a win if they want to carry on to the top 8 and not go through the round of 32. So this is gonna be in Benfica. They are an up and down team. This season hasn't been amazing for Benfica. They brought out Richard Rios. You have Pavlidis, who scores all the time. They have good players. It's just they haven't been having the best of season. I don't really follow up on Benfica. I just seen what people are saying, and from what I guess what I've seen. So it's gonna be an important match for Real Madrid. I said that January was gonna be a tough match for Real. I said most of their matches was gonna be tough on them, and they did pretty, I guess, decent to an extent. I thought they would have tied or lost more, but they had 5 games in a row win. Lost to Barca, shame on that. Albacete should have won that embarrassing match, and then you have 3 wins in a row, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 goals in 3 games. So yeah, it's not bad. But you also Benfica, then you have Real on the weekend, Valencia, Sociedad. Um, but yeah, and I guess one positive thing is after the Champions League matches, Real Madrid won't play a single weekday game until I think um what is it? I know they don't play a weekday game until Sunday, Wednesday until April. So that's that's a long time. Uh, th- Besides the Champions League, because they haven't drafted that yet, and it's also going to take a little bit because of the round of 32 if Madrid make the top eight. So if Madrid make top eight, they're not going to play a weekday match probably until March. As of right now, it is April. But yeah, that's cool. That's important. Usually sometimes a lot of Liga matches on a weekday, Champions League weekday, Copa del Rey the weekday. So I get some more rest. You want to say because the whole injury crisis is happening right now. But yeah, important game for Benfica. Madrid got an important win in Villarreal, and we'll see what happens with them tomorrow in the Champions League.